Mic check! This is the art of protest. It's proactive activism. This is a SunTrust Bank. This is a privately owned building. And you're housing Marilyn Mosby, which is a public official. It's called Public Accommodations 1964 Act. It was passed in 1964, Martin Luther King. Public accommodation. That means you actually be able to access your office. Now we're talking about mass incarceration in your prison industry. And we're talking about ALEC. And we're talking about the abuses of power by the politicians. You feel me? Mic check! Tell Mosby I want to talk to her. Tell her I'm out here. You know who I am. Her office is in here. She not here, but they're gonna talk about her before they get to the office today. This is about Tyrone West. This is about Anthony Anderson. This is about the people killed by Baltimore City police officers that you're not prosecuting.
But why you gotta sign and say re-elect her?
She already re-elected. She already sitting in office. She's sitting in office, and now it's her job to do her job. Everybody's sitting in office now. They're sitting in seats. They're not running for office no more. They gotta produce, just like the commissioner gotta produce. You wanna stop the violence? Ain't nobody talking about ending the war on drugs. You feel me? Ain't that the basis of the violence? It's the war on drugs. When they was killing white people during Prohibition, they ended Prohibition to stop killing white people. But you wanna keep killing black people, keep locking black people up. We traded the penitentiary for the plantation, cotton for cocaine, and we the cash crop. And you selling this out. Like I said, the Department of Justice is supposed to investigate my kidnapping. Y'all kidnapped me and you participated in it. All right? That's Johnny Oleski, February of 2019, asking for the Department of Justice to investigate my case. I was a Baltimore City resident. You feel me? And I was making a documentary about y'all's politics, your ties to ALEC, the money y'all made off of stop and frisk and zero tolerance. You feel me? So like I said, I ain't breaking the law. We talking about Keith Davis. All right, let me turn this shit around before I get it. You feel me? See, y'all got to go to work in that building, and y'all like talking shit. So when they see this picture out here, elections is over. You supposed to take your signs down. That's a campaign violation. I found this sign on an abandoned building. So I took the sign and I turned it into a floor mat because you making a black community a floor mat for your politics. You got a problem with me, holler at me. Lock me up, charge me with something other than being black in Baltimore. I got more time than y'all got dirty money. We're going to talk about the money that you get paid by ALEC. How much does ALEC have invested in y'all's SunTrust Bank? You feel me? We're talking about the 13th Amendment. You don't want to sit here and not prosecute drug cases. We want a class action lawsuit coming. And you're going to either testify for it or you're going to be a defendant. I got my paperwork in order. You've been denying me access to the grand jury for the last 4 years. You've been denying me access to the grand jury for the last 4 years. Do your job or lose your job. Because I'm getting ready to make you famous. They got 1,000 people to come up and down that street. I don't need 1 million people to march. I need 1 million people to pay attention. Drop the charges and free Keith Davis. You sat here and pride yourself in letting those brothers out of jail? No, those brothers was fighting to get out of jail for the last 20 years. The same way Keith Davis fighting to get out of jail now. Cruel and unusual punishment. Hey, how you doing? This is the chief of security for Marilyn Mosby. Tell Marilyn Mosby I said hi. I want to talk to her about accessing the grand jury. I ain't going nowhere. Mic check! Call the police. Like I said, I ain't got 1 million people around me. I know how to push your buttons and touch your nerves. 911, Shorty's outside protesting. Yeah, he got a sign. Yeah. Like I said, I'm a professional at this. Do your job or lose your job. Live feeds. If I catch the media out on the streets, y'all lied to the police. Federal investigation. Like I said, you gotta come to work, and they paying attention. You walk through them doors, you're gonna see that. You lock me up, we're gonna take this to court. Lock me up, a grand jury gonna see this. We're gonna take this to the grand jury because you're gonna do your job or lose your job. You gotta come out here and give me 3 warnings before I leave too. Everybody gonna see this. How you doing? Good morning. Yeah, man. Like I said, I'm a professional at what I do. Y'all owe me, y'all gonna pay me. You're gonna give me access to the grand jury. You're gonna give Tyrone West his justice. You're gonna give Keith Davis his justice. You just gotta deal with me. You gotta deal with me if you like it or not. I'm from Chicago. Ask Common about me. Ask him how we act from Chicago. We don't get down. We get down or you lay down. How you doing? Interesting, ain't it? How you doing? Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, people pay attention. Now imagine what you're gonna do when I put that toilet up here. What y'all gonna do when I put that toilet right here in front of the SunTrust Bank with this all over it? Because if you lock me up, you gotta take this to court. Attorney General. Federal investigation. Do your job or lose your job. Because like I said, I want a federal audit, a state audit. I'm out $2.6 million in lost wages, defamation of character, libelous statements. You can charge me with terrorism, dog. That's not an expungable offense. You lock me up minus the bars. So it's a fair exchange. Ain't no stick up without a gun. Click, aim, and shoot. We're going to have this conversation one way or the other. Because I'm getting ready to send this to Netflix. I'm going to send it to Showtime documentary. I'm getting ready to sell y'all's business. We're going to talk about Mayor Pugh. We're going to talk about Scott Schellenberger and Hogan. We're going to talk about the money behind the politics in Maryland. Mike Chang!